I think
Good evening, Raviji.
your
Good
voice is a
evening,
bit.
Neha.
Yeah. Sanjeev Kapoor, sir.
Is there.
Good evening. Good evening. How are you?
Good evening, Mr. Kapoor.
How are you? How are you?
Good evening, everyone.
शमा जी कैसी हैं? रवि जी कैसे हैं?
अभी एक मिनट.
Go ahead.
Don't disturb me now.
Yes, ma'am. Recording has started. You can proceed.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. Bonjour, konnichiwa, ciao, zadrasi, marhaba, mabuhay, salam, and namaste. You know, individual commitment to a group effort. This is what makes a team work. A company work, a society work, a civilization work. An empowered team can take any vision and turn it into a reality. Collaborations, connections, communication is indeed a powerful winning strategy. And that is why today evening on this platform, we welcome you all to C Talk episode number 3, which is an initiative Igniting Dreams of Young Minds Foundation, started by the founder, Mr. Ravi Shankar Kumar, who works 24 into 7, day and night, round the clock, in order to carry the vision of the foundation forward, ensuring education for all, empowering individuals towards a journey of educational fulfillment. I am Alka Mahajan, your host for the evening, and joining me this evening is my co-host, Neha Sadana. So, with that, you know, life, our normal expectations about reality are created by a social consensus. Now, the trick of socialization is to convince us that the descriptions we agree upon define the limits of the real world, a way that is supported by social consensus. Whereas, on the other hand, if we look at it, what we think when we think about technology, the number one benefit of it is that it empowers people to do what they want to do. It lets people be creative. It lets people be productive. It lets people learn things they did not think they could learn before. And so it is all about potential. Having said that, we have this evening a long line of impressive, distinguished speakers with us who will be enlightening all of us on a very contemporary topic, which is technical world versus socialization. Now, moving forward to our very first speaker for the evening, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor.
Oh,
Sanjeev Kapoor, he comes with over 3 decades of expertise in his kitty with his sprawling expertise entailing the IT, the telecom, the FMCG, retail, e-commerce, media and entertainment, artificial intelligence, education, and sports industry. His innate ability to deliver consummate success saw him herald in top positions of management in the echelons of corporates and companies in India. He has played role in launching new technology in India, which not only acted as a paradigm shift, but also helped bridge the gap and escalate the development process of telecom. He has also been persistently engaged in roping in a slew of JV partners to India with his expansive forte and strategic planning capabilities. Currently serving on the advisory board of the Sports Academy Association of India, Sporco, MaxFit India, YMF, Charles Walter Society for Innovation and Research, State Coordinator, Lloyd Business School. He is also the president of the Sports Council for Global Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ingrained as the director for Indian Chamber of Commerce in Slovak Republic, along with being instilled as the Chief Corporate Communication for Indian Golf Circuit and also the Green Heart Dignity of Italy. Very impressive indeed. I must say, Mr. Kapoor, very impressive. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, he is also the ambassador of Commonwealth Entrepreneur Club. His assiduous penchant to delivering colossal growth and foraging manifold alliances has been seen him develop long outstanding relations with coveted, respected, and very prestigious organizations of colossal stature. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on this virtual stage this evening, Mr. Sanjeev Kapoor. Big welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And greetings to all of you. Happy Sunday and wish all of you a happy Easter. I think let me thank first Alka ji for your kind, humble and trustworthy words, which I am really fonder of. And then last but not the least, the IDYMF team, especially Ravi and Ratnesh. Ravi, as madam has told you that you work for 24/7 of creating the education for all. But I remind you one thing, don't spoil your health, because if you spoil your health working for 24/7, 365 days, you will not be able to continue this journey for very long. So take care of your health, sleep well, sleep and take some rest also. So I think with these words, I think I must thank the initiative which has been taken for the Seed Talk. And this is the third in the series. And an immense pleasure to be a part of such a wonderful journey of IDYMF and basically the Seed Talk, which the topic entails, which is very close to my heart, is the technical word versus the socialization. So whenever I talk about the technical word basically means the technology. So the technology comes into my mind. So I think what that technology means to me. So the technology is basically talking about the various needs of the hour. Just 1 minute. So I think whenever the technical word, so the technology comes in our mind, technology, as we say all, is more than an abstract concept. It also shapes the way societies and people behave, grow, evolve, develop, and both within their own lives and in their relationship with others. Very important. They basically evolves the relationship within the technology boundaries these days. While technology has developed over the millennia that the humans have existed, from the simple tools such as the wheels, irrigation systems, to the complex tools such as the computers, cell phones, internet systems, Wi-Fi's, satellites, aeroplanes, and many other things. But as we see that the last century or the last 20 years have really seen the explosion in the technology. So every alternate day or every alternate month, we've seen that the technology changes or technology is getting upgraded. So this has really influenced subtle but crucial changes in our how the human sees the world and interact with others. Especially the internet and the mobile devices such as the smartphones, tablet computers, mobile gaming system, etc., have radically altered the way people interact with each other. Since one of the major impact of the technology is the optimization of the communication system in the form of telecommunications and networking. While the personal computer, which is PC, and the electronic affected the human infections, they are argued but not have such critical impacts on the human psychology until mobile computers came about. So the mobile devices, which was in India, brought in 1995, 15th August 1995 was the time when the first call has been instrumental in Calcutta. So I was lucky enough to be a part of that team. So it has really changed our style of working and the way we think and the way we comprehend the things smartly. The very nature of all the technological systems have altered the human behaviors and interactions in some negative ways, but has also created an unprecedented opportunities for modifying the human behavior in a very, very positive way. So the what are the positive effects which we have seen? So the technology, including both the computational as well as the non-computational systems, has helped bridge a global gap during an age of globalization. Let's look at the common example. For social interaction, people often meet with friends or dates using the apps from the convenience and comfort of their own home. This is contrasted with a previous age of meeting friends and dates via day-to-day mingling outside of their one's own home. So the next one is the faster and ease of communication. Basically, the communication, transportation, and interaction with the others are much faster than ever before, with the evident of aeroplanes, satellites, train, buses, cars, computers, mobiles, messaging, and social media apps, and a lot of other apps which makes our life much easier. So these are the positive impacts which they have created. But along with that, if we say that there are pros, there are always the cons. So there are always the negative effect. So what are the negative effects which we have seen? The technology has both eliminated a gap and created the one. Virtual distance is the phenomena where people are physically together but detached from each other due to being completely absorbed with their technological devices such as laptops, computers, tablets, and many other devices, where they are ingrown with the devices. And even if we are talking to somebody, they are looking at their mobiles, they are working on the laptops rather than giving a full attention to a person eye to eye. This translates to couples, parents, and children, and all types of other human interactions being uh, relegated to the background while people are busy connecting with others in the digital space via their technological devices. So the technology has created the vacuum in our relationship in such a manner that we have no times to talk to the people. We have only the time to talk to the people using the WhatsApp, using messages, using even there are the times when the call has also reduced to the WhatsApp messages or the Telegram messages and so on and so forth. So it has basically created the end of the intimacy. How? It is not uncommon for people to prefer texting instead of actually meeting or at the very least calling and thus hearing another human voice. It is also not uncommon for people to walk around or even sit with others headboard to their digital device without saying a word or even noticing anything about anyone else. Human interactions and the relationship have thus largely decreased, while intimacy and human to human interactions have been replaced with human to machine interactions. So this is a real sad thing which I can see, which our parents have actually, whenever we are sitting in the old days, the everyone in our family sitting together and having the dinner. So I think those are gone are the days where we find a common time when all of us sit together in a dining room when have our lunch or dinner or whatever together in a family kind of situation, because everybody has his own preferences, everybody has his own time schedules, everybody has his own commitments, because technology has actually driven them crazy to eliminate the human to human interaction and socialization. I think you all agree on this basically things. So the technology has also help to modify human behavior by creating a gap between people and reducing the intimacy. In an age where robots and the artificial intelligence are slowly replacing humans within the workplace, this interaction between the humans and the machines is only set to increase. Virtual distance has created again a gap between a myriad of types of human relationship, including the couples, teachers and students, parents and children, co-workers, and so on and so forth. Let me also recall and say there is always a question which comes in mind. When connectivity really means disconnection? I think so, it is yes. Though the technology has helped, again, I will reiterate this line again and again in my discussion, that though the technology has helped to bridge global gaps, devices and social media messaging apps, for instance, have largely helped to create a large disconnect between people, increase situation, reduce social interaction and social skills, and increase human to machine interaction are all the result of an overuse of the technology, which has created a wall between many people globally. So this is the reason also that many a times, since we are writing, we are not interacting with the people. This has actually created us some sort of misunderstanding with each other. So I think with these words, let me summarize that in the modern era, many people live in the digital world more than the real world. This has often resulted in a myriad of shallow relationship and a great reduction in intimacy, which directly affect the way people operates, the values and the expectation people have, and the way people think about others. Technology or the technical solutions has basically shaped the way children see and interact with others and with the world, which greatly affect their development. So with these words, let me thank the organizers and the team, especially Raviji, Alkaji, and Nehaji, for inviting me to this platform and giving me an opportunity to share my thoughts at the first go. Thank you very much.
That was absolutely wonderful, Mr. Kapoor. And certain points that you made were very relevant, especially the points that you made that, there was a time when the entire family would sit together.
Yes.
There were no phones, nothing, and they were all there for one another. Now, even if the entire family is sitting together, everybody will be doing their own thing. So one of them will be on their laptop, the other two would be probably on the phone, texting, messaging, doing whatever, but they will not really be with the family. Though they're physically there, mentally they'll be elsewhere. So, in some ways, there's a statement, that getting information off the internet is like taking a drink from a fire hydrant. So, sometimes you never know the kind of information coming in, but then at the same time, in the crisis that we've had in beginning 2020 and that which is still going on, I feel that technology also has come as a big savior, and that is why all of us are here on this platform, sharing, collaborating, connecting. So somewhere down the line, I feel that we must thank technology, though it has its negatives. Like I said, we're with technology, we're not bothered about the human touch is missing, like you very aptly said. So thank you so much, Mr. Kapoor. And yes, you've got a very impressive line. When you shared your profile with me, I was very impressed with all those long line of achievements. You're really a wonder man, bionic man.
Thank you very much.
So much. Neha, it's over to you now.
Thank you, ma'am. Good evening to all present here. I feel privileged and proud to welcome our second speaker of the day, Dr. Shama Hussain. She is an educational professional, passionate trainer, and a coach with 17 years of experience. Dr. Shama Hussain holds a doctorate degree in zoology and has numerous milestone awards in her kitty. To name a few, 1000 Influential Women of India 2020 Award, received gold medal from the Chief Minister of the state, Chandra Babu Naidu, International Achiever Award, Young Leader of the Year 2020, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam International Educators Honor Award 2020, International Women's Achiever Award, LinkedIn Powerful Profile 2020 Award. Currently, Dr. Shama Hussain holds important designations as Chairman, National Institute of Skills Training, Muscat, Global Brand Ambassador, IIT SAT, India and Australia, International Advisor for Sports Academy Association of India, Brand Ambassador of Wednesday Time Middle East, Global Edu Leaders Forum Middle East Coordinator, International Brand Ambassador and Educational Advisor for Winners and Creators Organization. Now, without much ado, I would like Dr. Shama Hussain to enlighten us. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you so much. Thank you for this warm introduction. And I would like to thank IDMF for this wonderful opportunity where we are going to speak about a very interesting topic, that is technology and socialization. So I would like to thank Sanjeev Kapoorji and everyone over here. I'm so glad to share my platform with everyone. Sanjeev ji, it was very great listening to you and having great insights from you as well. Life, world, these are certain things that build our society, that makes us social. You know, world without radio is deaf. World without television is blind. World without radio is deaf. World without TV, television is blind. But have you ever understood that world without communication is crippled? World without communication is crippled. This just shows that how is the technology and social world is related in this present scenario. You cannot upload love. You cannot download time. You cannot find the Google answers for life. You have to just learn to live your life. This is what relates to us, the social life and technology life. Technology. Technology. Do you know what is this technology? In Greek word, if you speak technology, that means systematic. Means systematic approach. To have a systematic approach in life, we got this technology. The purpose of having technology in our life is to have a systematic life. And what is the purpose of socialization? The purpose of socialization is to evolve, have an evolutionary life. Socialization is evolutionary life and technology is systematic life. So we created them to have a mutual connection and completely bring a transformation in our life. This is the purpose. One is technology, that is systematic, and socialization, that is evolution. This is our purpose. But you know, my dear friends, what happened? In creating the technology for ourselves, we forgot the world. We forgot the world. Now technology has appallingly exceeded its role in our human life. The purpose, I remember when Sanjeev ji was telling that nowadays the students, the children, or even the parents, they are completely gadget addicted. I want to tell you one small example from my life as well. You know, when I was when I was in my home in India, not now, before marriage, when I was studying, when we used to write letters, right? We used to write letters, and even for masters or whatever applications, or to get the certificates, or to get your admission card, everything you used to get by post. Everything we used to get by post, not by email. So we used to wait anxiously for the postman. Postman was like bringing the smile on your face. I used to wait for the postman. Not you may you know you will laugh if you come to know that my limit was so extended. I have extended my limits not just to the postman, even to the birds. How? How, Dr. Sharma? How birds? How is it related? Let me tell you one thing. You know, I don't know whether you people believe this or no, but I believe so many ethical values, so many spiritual values, from all religions. I take it into my mind. People usually believe if the crow comes near at your home or the walls of your house and make cow, that means somebody is coming to your home or something is coming to your home. That's what in us at that time we used to believe that. So whenever any crow comes and makes a sound, I used to feel, oh, today I'm going to get my results and the postman will come up. Or I may get a letter. I may get letter from my cousin. I have replied him, so he will reply. So many things, that anxiety, that love, that connection. Waiting for your family, for your cousins, all writing letters to you, exchanging the ideas. Where is it? Where is it now? Where is that empathy? Where is that connection? Where is that? Where is that gratitude? Gratitude is for life, which makes you, which is the driving force for your happiness. If not, where all these values? Because of technology, as Sanjeev just said that, yes, because of technology, we are confined now. We are confined. We are not even moving to other place. Everything is just restricted here. We are not facing the challenges. More the challenges in life, exponentially you will grow. More the complexities in life, exponentially you will grow. When technology has made your life easier, you forgot that intensity, that growth factor in your life. We are considering everything as a control, alt delete, a small button, that's it. Button, finish. We got the mail. So there is no value of mail. So after that, the crow, postman, cards has come up, and now people are sending you cards. Do you find any value in that? If anybody send you a card in yours, we don't find. But the same thing, postman, envelope, that England letters, when they comes to you, the way you read it, that is something different. So, but nothing is wrong even now. The final whistle isn't blown. I always believe in this policy. The final whistle isn't blown. What do you mean by that? Till the last minute, you need to keep a hope. Even though you're in a hospital, till the final whistle isn't blown. So you need to keep that hope. With this factor, we can bring that. We can bring that emotional intelligence values in our life. We can inculcate this with our family. We can, as I said, technology is systematic life, technology purpose is systematic, and social life, socialization is for evolution. Socialization is helping us to evolve. How? It is helping us to transfer the values, the culture. If I live, when I was small, I lived completely in a patriotic culture, in a patriotic families. So, completely patriotic songs, patriotic values, these are something which is embedded in me. It is not just Telugu, Hindi, any patriotic songs I will sing. Because I'm used to those all things. With that atmosphere I have brought up. So that's what, the culture. And your parents need to spend the time. They need to guide them. How have you seen the criticism management, all this that among the children nowadays? Suicide, every small thing, suicide, getting angry with the parents. Yes, technology is helping us. It is making our life systematic, but socialization is helping us to transfer the culture, to transfer the values in the first goal. Second goal, it is helping us to play the roles, gender roles, brotherhood roles. In the office, you're playing so many roles. How you will learn these values? Socialization. CEOs of the companies, CEOs of the companies are hired by IQ, but fired because of lack of EQ. EQ is what? Emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is what? Ethics, values, gratitude, confidence, attitude. Where is the attitude now? The iceberg of life, attitude is under the sea only now. The reflection that we are seeing outside the iceberg is our attitude that should be. But now, because overlapping happens, technology and socialization are getting overlapped. Technology has appallingly taken the role. It has exceeded the humanity. In this way, what happened? We are losing that. So even though you will make your children study MBBS or IAS, any higher, you spend lots of money of your whole time without teaching him socialization, keeping him completely excluded, nuclear, just laying the shoulders on technology, then when he goes up to the job, they will be fired. Why? The team will not support. Lack of communication, lack of collaboration, lack of empathy, lack of compassion, which are the values, pillars of socialization. That social immune, that social impulse, that social control. These are the values that are to be nurtured and nature. You know, socialization brings two values. That is nature and nurture. Nature is the first goal of socialization, and nurture is the second goal of socialization. The nature is your values that you are getting in by birth. And the nurture is you are nurturing those values. You are nurturing those values with the society. By in your school days, in your college days, you will be playing with your friends. You are playing outside, you are driving cycles. Hope you remember Ladybird cycles. Girls used to go in Ladybird cycles. I used to feel so proud to drive like a kajol, to be honest. I used to act my culture myself like I'm driving like a kajol. And children are nuclear, just sitting in the car and getting outside of the car. Where is that? They are seeing where they are. Where they are
Dr. Shama, may I just interrupt you for a moment? I think, Vishakha, please mute your mic because it's interfering with what Dr. Shama is saying. Thank you. I'm so sorry, Dr. Shama, please.
So that's what. So we now, right now, it's not wrong. It's not late. Nothing is too late. Nothing, you know, in technology, there are no disasters. Wait 1 second. No disasters means what? Natural disasters, I mean. There are no natural disasters like we have in socialization. But in technology, the worse man disasters are there. In technology, there are man disasters are there, whereas in socialization, yes, we are having natural disasters. We are learning from them. When natural disasters come, whole world come up together. Our neighbors start helping each other. We develop that love. Even in the riots, community riots, Muslim, Hindu riots, the neighbors go and protect Hindu, protect Muslims, Muslims protect Hindus, which develops that fraternity. These values, even though in difficulties, we feel that united we stand, divided we fall. We develop that feelings. These are required for the successful evolution of life. Evolution is what? Our development. That is our happiness. The purpose of humanity is that. So we as a person, we are conducting all these meetings, all these talks for what? To transfer this information, to transfer our energy to somebody else. As law of conservation says that energy can be neither created nor destroyed. So our energy, let us transfer it. Let us transfer the vibrations of socialization as well as technology. Let people know that technology is for systematic life. Nothing more than that. To keep everything, whatever you have in your house, whatever the things that you are seeing, for example, Miss